Hello! We're here.
Yes, we are.
My dog is here.
Hey,
Hey babe, come here. I'm Holly, and this is Kelsey, and this is Bruiser. Yeah. And we are going to tell you, well, here's something about us. We love books. We love to read.
We love reading
It's
so much.
great.
Reading is magical, and if you don't like to read, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. So we decided, you know what, there are some people that don't know all of the books that we like.
Yeah. That maybe was what was in your eye.
It could be. So, you know, we've got to let people know the books that you need to be reading right
Because they're
now.
amazing.
Because they're so good. So let's get into our list. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment down below. Let's get into it.
I think we should start with like what our favorite genres are to read.
Okay,
you
okay.
know?
I love dystopian novels.
Dystopian. Those are
Dystopian.
very, very good.
Love dystopian.
Hi.
That's my mom. Hi, Mom. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I love dystopian.
Yes, those are very good. And I really love like Western romance novels. That's pretty much my favorite.
I'm gonna start with the book that I'm currently reading, which is just a straight up fiction. It's called After the Kiss by Tara Ellen McVoy. And it's, the thing that I really love about it is that it's written, so like one chapter will be one girl's perspective, and that one is all like, you walked into the cafe and you saw that you wanted that piece of cake. That's how that one is written. And then the second one is the other girl's perspective, and it's all written in poetry. And so like I go through this, and like you can look in the ones that are the poetry, like I've underlined the things that I like this one, she said, my breath a white bird flying from the cage of my ribs. Like it's all just, I love this book. So
That's
I'm
amazing.
a little bit past halfway through and I'm loving it.
Sweet.
So good. I got this from a used bookstore because I just like saw it and there was candy on it and it looked cute and I was like, sure, I'm loving it. I didn't think it was gonna be this deep. It's so good.
We're at Holly's house right now, so
Yeah.
we have mostly her books, like not
Books
really a
that
lot
I've
of them
read.
that I have read, but the ones that I'm currently reading, I'm in the middle of the selection series,
So good.
and I didn't
I've
even
read all
know
of
like
them.
Holly had read them, but I mentioned them, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love those, and when she was like, come with me, and we ran downstairs, and
I
she has
have
like
all
the
of
entire
them.
series downstairs.
Because my mom has Amazon Prime, so every time I would finish one, my mom would buy it, and like my mom would buy like 2 at a time because I'd finish them in like a day or 2. Because like I was so
They are
obsessed.
so
I need to go through and read
good.
them all. There's so many of them, and they're all about this size. And there's some that tell about. Then you get to the point where it starts telling about her daughter, and then you get to the point where it tells about like his mother and like all of the queens, and it's dystopian. And it's so good.
Read the
so
selection
good.
series.
Read
you
it.
guys. So amazing. By Kira Cass.
Kira Cass.
Where is it?
Cass.
Cass,
Right there.
right there.
Oh, she's so good. I think my favorite books ever are the Harry Potter books. And, we're going to a Harry Potter party today, like a Harry Potter themed party. So I thought it's only fitting to talk about Harry Potter. But like, if you say that you like books and you haven't read Harry Potter, what are you doing with your life? Like, Harry Potter is so good. Like, everyone in my family, except for my mom, has read it multiple times. Like, we love Harry Potter. We are a Harry Potter loving family here. I'm a Slytherin, she's a Ravenclaw. She doesn't really know what that means, but she's a Ravenclaw. I'm for sure a Slytherin. My brother's a Gryffindor. Anna's a Hufflepuff. Like, I love Harry Potter. It's great. Also, if you think that Severus Snape deserved the love that Harry gave him after his death, you are so wrong, and I will fight you on it. That is all. Next, this is one that I'm making Kelsey read.
Right.
They were really popular a little while ago, and then they got to kind of mainstream to read Divergent, but they're so good, and I've read them all at least twice. I love Divergent. I haven't seen the movies. I saw the first movie, but then I was like, you know, and I just didn't feel like it was important enough to go see the movies because the books are so good, and I just wanted to keep the integrity of the books because they're so good. Incredible. Like, you do not want to put Divergent down. Like, go pick it up. It's by Veronica Roth, right? Veronica? Yeah. Veronica Roth. Go read Divergent. They're so good. Here's one that's not dystopian. It's just a fiction novel, but maybe it's...
on my bracelet. It was the same thing that was on your eye.
It's from my pillow. My furry pillow.
Makes sense. Okay, sorry.
Okay, now this one it's pretty popular. Everybody really knows about Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So, do you know what it's about? I'm making Kelsey read this
I
one
feel
too.
like we like watched like a preview.
Okay.
One time.
It's about these girls, and they always spend summer together, and they live like around each other, but they don't see each other all the time, but they always spend their summers together. And this specific summer, they're all gonna have to go different places and do different things. Like one's going to a soccer camp and one's going to Greece, and like and then one's staying there and is like making a documentary. And they go to like a thrift store, and they find these jeans, and they all have different body types, but these jeans fit all of them. So they decide that they're gonna be the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and that they're gonna like mail the jeans back and forth to one another. It's so good. Go read it. Really good book. Couldn't put it down. Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay, you guys. Scarlet Pimpernel. We had to read it
For school.
and I was like, meh. You know, most books you have to read for school, you're like, meh. But like,
This one was good. Yes!
it starts out and you're kind of like, whatever. But like then it really picks up and you're like,
Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen?
it's so good. It's by Baroness. I don't know how
Or-
to say that last name.
Orczy.
Orczy. So
It's so good.
it's very good. There's also movies of it, and there's actually a Broadway musical of it. It's really great. So it's really good. Read it.
Now, I read these in like maybe the 8th grade, 7th grade, but then I picked them up again. School of Fear, which sounds really scary, but it's about this really strange woman, and she works miracles at like people, like children who have insane, crazy fears. Like one of them is afraid of bugs and carries around bug spray with her. One of them is afraid of dying. One of them is afraid of like water, and it's like so secretive, like they can't say anything in public about this school, but like they do it in secret, like no one's supposed to know about it, but they send their children off in the summer to School of Fear, and it's this crazy woman. Like you would not want to go send your children to this woman, like she's weird. And then there's like a mystery comes up, and like they have to go solve it. It's so good. Get these books. There's 3 of them. They're all about that size. Not difficult to like go through them in a week. Well, for me. For me, not difficult to go through in a week. So good. Pick them up. This one is called Catch a Falling Star. It's by Kim Culbertson. And it's about this girl who lives in a small town. And this has happened in so many Hallmark movies, but this really like famous actor comes to film something in her town, and she doesn't like him.
Right.
And right, it sounds really cheesy, but it's so good. And it's really small. Like it's only, how many pages is it? Like 300-ish.
Ouch. Piece of cake.
Simple. And the text is really big and like,
Oh, okay, perfect.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Simple book to just pick up, read, one sitting. You're fine. It's really good. Okay, you can go now.
Okay, well, okay, y'all. In my opinion, like the one of, if not the greatest book of all time ever in the world. It's like the Bible.
Oh, yes.
It's called Redeeming Love. It's by Francine Rivers, and it's a not modern, but like more modern, obviously, than the Bible. Take on the book of Hosea. And in case you're not familiar with the story of Hosea, God told Hosea to go and marry a prostitute because it would be a symbol of how God loved Israel, even though Israel kept turning from him. And it is so fantastic. Like
I haven't read it.
No, she hasn't read it, but
I'm going to. I just
like, I'm
need
gonna
it.
lend it
I
to
need
her.
it to get in my hands.
One of
I have
our other friends is borrowing it right now, so she's gonna borrow. She's
But
gonna
it's
have
fine. I asked for it first, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's so good, you guys. It's literally life-changing. I've read it twice. Totally amazing. Redeeming Love, Francine Rivers. Go read it.
Hunger Games, right? First book. So good. Go read the first Hunger Games book. But unpopular opinion, second book, third book, don't waste your time. Not good. Not good at all. Do not waste your time reading the second and third Hunger Games book. And whenever you think, oh, well, I'll read the first one and then I'll watch all the movies. I'm not gonna want to. They're awful. They're terrible. Love Jennifer Lawrence and like all, Oh, who's the guy?
Which guy?
The one that plays PETA.
Josh.
Hutcherson?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. My dad actually like arm wrestled the guy.
Oh,
He went to our
story.
church. Like one time he just like showed up at our church and they used to play this game because my dad's huge and they would like arm wrestle him and he arm wrestled my dad. My dad won because my dad is huge and no one could. Right. Okay. So like the actors are great, wonderful people. I have so much respect for them, but the movies were awful and the second and third books were awful.
Well, there are several books. I'm just gonna lump them all together. They're not in a series or anything, but they're all by the same author. Her name is Deanne Gist. And she writes my favorite kind of books, which is like old Western romance novels, and they're really good. So a couple that I like are Fair Play, It Happened at the Fair, A Bride in the Bargain, Love on the Line. There are Texas Rangers and lumberjacks, and like what more could you want from a book? Then some nice, like, masculine, cowboy-like figure. And, like, a woman, obviously, you know, to fall in love. And, of course, there's always the initial, like, oh, I hate you. Like, why are you here? But then they end up having to work together or something of that, you know, nature. And they fall in love, and it's so great.
So great.
But, like, a lot of the time, you think that it's gonna end one way, and then, like, things don't work out, like, the way that they wanted it to. Like, it's kind of like they don't get what they wanted, but it's what they needed, and they're still happy. And I just really... Deanne Gist, look her up.
This one is kind of like, they made a movie of it, and it got really popular. It's got Cara Delevingne in it. And like everybody knows this, but you guys, Paper Towns. So good. I loved, because I thought it was just all gonna be, you know, like, oh, she picks him up and like, because I just seen the commercials, I thought the whole thing was gonna be like, oh, she picks him up in the middle of the night, they're gonna go on an adventure, and then like in the morning, it's over, you know? But it's not. Like, that's like the first 3 chapters, and the rest of it is like, where did she go? We have to solve the mystery, find Margot Roth Spiegelman. I loved it. Could not put this book down. I read it on the cruise. So like, actually, I didn't even get on the cruise. I read it on the airplane, and it was so good. Nice. Loved it. 100% would recommend read this book. And if you know me, and if you want to like borrow any of these books, if you want to read them, I got you.
Unless I'm already borrowing them.
Right.
Because, like, I have a stack that, like, I'm taking home.
But if you want to borrow any of these books, come to me. I got you. You can borrow these books. Jeanette Oke, Love Comes Softly. If you read any Jeanette Oke book, there's, what is it? It says on there, there's, like, dozens of these books. From, like, you know, it starts with one woman, she gets married to the guy, and then, like, their children get married, and children, until it's like her great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, you know? And like that's what the book is about. Like, it's incredible, and it's all just like this family line, and they'll be like, great-grandma, like Marty, and you're like, you know, her name is Marty, she's married to Clark.
Great.
Well, actually, she is married to Clark. She marries in the second chapter. The whole premise of the first book is that she comes to this man has a daughter. His wife is dead. This woman's husband is dead. They meet for the first time. They get married so that she can raise the daughter.
And so that she, like, has a place to stay.
So that she has a place to stay, and so that she will raise his daughter. So good. It's so good. So good. I read the first one in 5th grade, so like they're appropriate for all ages.
Good to know.
And they're so good, and sometimes they're scary, and sometimes they're just full of love. They're so good! Read these books! Okay, my very last one. I only read this once, because I don't think I have enough emotional. It's a happy book. It's not. It's called Fly a Little Higher. And it says, a mother's love, a son's battle with cancer, and the hit song that touched the lives of millions. So he was like a musician, and his mom wrote this book about him, and he had like cancer. And it's big, and it's got like right in the middle of it, it's got pictures of like, you know, him in like, can you even see like him and like all of the stuff. And Good book, but it's like you read it once and that's all you need. Like,
Is it? Oh.
it's good though.
Oh.
I think it hurts more that it's real. You know, like it's not fictional.
Right.
Because like fictional things, if they're sad, I'm like, bring it on. But like this one's real and it's sad.
Sadness.
It's good.